I find myself clearing my throat a lot right before a video, and it never seems to help. So, just appreciate the fact that I'm dying inside, I guess. And, either way, let's get into this video. This video is about a Karen of high school, junior high to senior high school, to be specific. The ones who run ISS, because they cussed at me a lot, and they really did not like me, and I didn't like them. But anyways, let's talk about that.
I can feel your shadow all over me, trying to pry it down deep. That's where my feelings lie.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, this story takes place in my junior year of high school. It's kind of insane to think about, actually, because this was, I believe, a Friday. So, it starts off as a normal Friday, me getting up super late, being late to school, like usual. My mom usually had to call in to school to tell them I'd be late. This was not a unusual thing for me. So, I'm late to school, like usual, getting the first period late, sit down with my bag, go through the day. And my teacher gives me the same smug look every day of like, this kid's always fucking late. And that is true. I was always late. And so my day proceeds. I see my friends, text people, Snapchat, the normal thing you do in high school, besides to keep your earbuds in all the time, which I do to this day. And I'm graduated. So it's about what? I want to say like the class right before lunch, so 4th or 5th period. So we're in class. I'm just chilling there. And a fight breaks out in my class. And keep in mind, this is an art class. So not a lot really happens other than like we sit in the back and throw clay at the ceiling because we're idiots. And I'm not gonna lie, I threw pencils at the ceiling, got them stuck in the ceiling all the time because I thought it was funny. And I made my friends laugh. And my teacher did not like that at all. So we're sitting back there, we're on the clay wheel, spinning clay, making like pots and shit. And she comes back there, and she sees me throwing pencils and clay at the ceiling, and she goes, "Zach, I've written you up twice. This is the third time. You do this one more time, and I'm gonna have you go to the ISS room, and I'll call the principal." I was like, "Okay, whatever. Like, no big deal." So 20 minutes pass, and I go back to throwing clay. Like, I'm pressing on the gas and my clay wheel so it's spinning faster, flinging clay everywhere. And I throw a piece of clay, and my friend catches it and throws it at the mirror. Or not in the mirror, it's like a window. So the teacher can see through that window into the clay room where we were. And she thought it was me who threw the clay at the window, but it wasn't. But I just went ahead and said it was because I didn't want my friend to get expelled, because that was like his last time of getting in trouble. So she comes back there and she goes, "Zach, did you just throw clay at the window after I specifically told you not to throw clay or pencils at the walls and or ceiling?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And she goes, "I know it was you. So let's just make this easy on ourselves. And I'm gonna have you stand up, grab your stuff, and head to the ISS room." I was like, "Whatever, this is bullshit anyways. This class doesn't mean shit. I don't even need it." So I pick my stuff up, I'm laughing, I put my earbuds in, and I go to the ISS room. And in the ISS room, we cannot talk. We can only do our homework or like a project from any other class. We can't listen to music. You can't be on your phone. You can do projects, homework, and read a book. And the teacher in there, I've never met her. I haven't been in that class long enough to know her. I think I've talked to her maybe once, and she wasn't the nicest person in the world. And so I get in this class, and she goes, "Oh, are you Zach?" I go, "Yeah, that's me." And she's like, "Oh, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm doing good." She goes, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "I threw clay at the window and on the ceiling, along with some pencils." And she goes, "Well, that's not a very smart idea." I was like, "I know." So I sit down. She takes attendance, because I don't know why they had to. It's ISS. But she takes attendance. And she goes, "Zach, are you here?" And I go, "No, I'm actually dead." Like, yeah, I'm here. I just talked to you like 5 minutes ago. And she goes, you don't need to be smart. I was like, I'm not being smart. Like, you just talked to me 5 minutes ago. And so I sit there, I start doing my work. And these two kids in this ISS room, they were getting heated. I don't know what over. Maybe like their hair was not perfumed enough or combed enough or whatever could possibly be the problem. But they get up and they start getting each other's faces, like cussing and screaming. Keep in mind, I'm just sitting there minding my own business. I put my earbuds in, and she goes, Zach, no earbuds in the ISS room. And I go, well, I don't want to listen to these two kids fight and curse at each other. Like, this is very annoying. Like, are you not going to stop this? She goes, that's not my job description. I go, okay, well then, I'm going to keep my earbuds in. And she goes, you do that? She goes, I'll make sure you go to the principal's office, and I'll make sure you get expelled or suspended. I'm like, okay, you do that. I'm not going to listen to these two fight, so is there a different room I can go to? Because this is unacceptable. And I was just annoyed at this point. And she was like, no, this is the only ISS room down this hallway. I was like, you do realize there's like 30 bajillion hallways in this school. Like, I know for a fact there's more ISS rooms in this building. And so she gets up, and this woman has the audacity to walk over to my desk, and she puts her hands on my desk, and she goes, you're not fucking leaving this room. She goes, you need to sit in this chair and do your damn homework. Because I know that you are not ahead with everybody else on your classwork. I know that for a fact. I was like, number one, not a good idea to cuss at me. Number two, get your hands off my desk. And number three, don't threaten me. Because it's not going to end well for you. I promise that. Like, if any principal were to hear this, you would be you'd be fired pretty much on the spot. And she goes, no, the principal wouldn't do that. Me and him are friends. I was like, cool. That's cool for you. I just don't want to be cussed at and or threatened by a teacher who looks like she does cocaine on a daily basis. And so her eyes get all wide and she calls up the principal. I'm sitting there. I put my earbuds back in at this point. And these two kids are off in their own little world fighting, like full on fist fight. And like they have like a desk between them, so they're like reaching over the desk trying to fight each other. And I'm not paying attention anymore. I just have my earbuds in, listening to music, the highest volume I could possibly have it on. And she walks over and she goes, principal's office, now. I was like, I'm good. I have homework I gotta do. I don't want to actually talk to you anymore because you were a bit of a mean person and a bit rude. And she was like, I'm not gonna ask you again. I was like, okay, fine. You don't have to ask me again. I picked my stuff up off the floor, like right next to me, because I was sitting at a desk. And instead of going to the principal's office, I walk down the hallway, take a left, or not a left, a right. I'm trying to remember my layout of my school. Take a right, and I literally just walk out the front door. Because I was not going to deal with this on a Friday. So I call my mom. I'm like, hey, I walked out of school. I got cussed at by a teacher, and I feel threatened, and it was rude. And she told me to go to the principal's office because I had my earbuds in, and I didn't do that. And I walked out, and she goes, well, that was not a very smart idea. I was like, I know. So she comes back to the school. Me and her walk back in after she had to talk to me outside in the parking lot about me being stupid. And we go to the principal's office. And so we're sitting there. And he was like, so I heard you got an ISS today. And my mom goes, you had ISS today? I was like, yeah, I sort of threw clay and pencils at the ceiling because I was bored. And I don't really need that class. And she goes, that's not the point though. Like, you're supposed to be in this class to learn. So can you not mess around in class and just do what you need to do to not get expelled? I was like, sure thing, Mom. Sure thing. And so principal's sitting there. I tell him the whole story about how I was throwing clay, and then the teacher cussed at me and pretty much like threatened me to do my homework and not use my earbuds. And he goes, I understand that's very unprofessional of her to do so. I'll be having a conversation with her, and until then, I think I will have to give you ISS for a couple more days, because you left school, you fought with the teacher, you still threw clay and pencils at a ceiling, which is not a very smart idea. So, and that's all he said. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Can I go to a different class? He's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I was like, cool, because I don't want to deal with that teacher anymore. And he was like, that's totally fine. He goes, I understand that. So I leave early, because my mom called me out after that, because I didn't want to be there. I went home, played some video games, did not do my homework, went to bed at like 1 in the morning, and yeah, that was my day. So, hope you guys enjoyed my crazy teacher cussing at me. That was a fun little thing to deal with. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.